is the deal, YouTube? What's the deal, YouTube? And a crazy night of fights end as George St. Pierre defeats Michael the Count Bisping. George St. Pierre, one of the GOATs of MMA, a guy who walked away from the welterweight division after, to me, losing to Johnny Hendricks. George St. Pierre comes out here. I thought he looked a lot. He looked heavy. To me, he looked heavy as shit, and he didn't look as if he was carrying the weight very well. But George St. Pierre defeats Michael Bisping in this fight. I cannot believe it that he was able to defeat Michael Bisping in this fight, seeing as Michael Bisping has, been taking on the who's who, knocking out Luke Rockhold. He went out there, he beat Anderson Silva, even though Anderson Silva delivered that big fucking knee that almost took him out in that fight. And here he is losing to George St. Pierre, as George St. Pierre becomes one of the first guys to ever hold a title in two separate divisions. I know BJ Penn done it, Conor McGregor's done it. There was one more guy. He was a middleweight, and a light heavyweight and a heavyweight. They used to call him Captain America. I forgot his fucking name. Shit. He got beat up by Brock Lesnar. I forgot his name. Anyway, whatever the case may be, George St. Pierre is one of the handful of guys that have accomplished this feat. So George St. Pierre gets the middleweight title away from Michael Bisping, choking him out in this fight after beating him down in the third round. Big time win for the UFC, as George St. Pierre is one of the favorites. He's one of those guys that the UFC don't have a lot of, and they really need it. Now, I don't know if he's going to go back into retirement. We shall see. I actually want to go hear this interview.
I got stunned. I tried to hide it, but man, I wouldn't like to do that fight again. So sorry I don't want to swear on TV. Sorry for that.
George, it feels surreal to see you back in here again, and surreal to see you once again as a UFC champion, but now the middleweight champion, a two-division champion. Are you going to maintain 185 pounds? Are you going to stay at 185, or are you going to continue fighting at welterweight?
Well, this is not really my real weight. I did it for the challenge, and it was a time in my career I was too busy. The challenger were one after the other, and I was too small to go up. I wasn't even small for welterweight. Now I'm still welterweight size, but I decided to take a shot because I put on some muscle mass. There was a point that it's too much, but now I'm at the point that is okay.
Let's take a look at the big screen, George. I want you to enjoy your